friends!
Hello!
Welcome for a special video.
It's packing time!
We're packing because we are setting sail for the first time in 15 months on Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas, departing from Nassau, Bahamas.
And we're self-proclaimed light packers, or at least somewhat, enough to where we can fit everything that we need for this week-long cruise into a carry-on sized suitcase.
Carry-on suitcase for me, a carry-on suitcase for her. And there would be some other items that we typically take with us that will be in a backpack each. We're not really going to get into that today because that's stuff like our camera equipment and gear and tech for us to do work while we're going.
But if you would like to see that in a separate video in the future, just let us know in the comments and we might do that.
We are light packers because we don't have kids. We don't dress up. Just keep that in mind. So when this is over, you say, well, of course you can fit all that in there because you didn't take that much stuff with you. That's the idea. We're still gonna have some tips and tricks along the way that we think could apply to almost anyone.
Okay, we're gonna start with me and my suitcase. This is the full gamut of everything that I'm bringing. Everything that you see before you will be going in that little carry-on suitcase.
Everything that the light touches is our kingdom.
It's your typical carry-on size that can fit in the overhead compartment. So this is what we're working with. So now I'm just gonna kind of take you through what I'm bringing and my kind of rationale as to why I'm bringing it. First thing I should mention this little outfit here. This is actually what I'm going to be wearing on the plane. So these items actually will not be going into my suitcase, but I wanted to make mention that with my jacket, this is the only jacket I'm taking on the trip because I don't need more than one jacket. This one, in my mind, goes with everything. It works for me. So I'm only taking this one and then that'll be fine for me. A tip is try to bring items that you can use multiple days and for multiple occasions. The next set of clothes I want to point out is this section right here. So these are going to be my clothes that I'm going to be using for our perfect day at CocoCay Day. Another kind of tip that's super important is to be aware of your itinerary when it comes to cruising. We are gonna have 2 days at Perfect Day at CocoCay, and if you don't know what that is, I'll link a video where we toured the private island of Royal Caribbean. It's super fun. I promise you, you are going to be off of that ship and at Perfect Day at CocoCay all day on that island because it's so much fun. Now with that, because that's the case, because you're gonna be out on that island all day, you're gonna hardly be on the ship throughout the day. The main things that you're gonna need for that day are your swimsuits. So on Perfect Day at CocoCay days, really all I need is a swimsuit and I need something to change into for the evening to wear to dinner, whether that's a casual dinner or more of a formal dinner. I just need my swimsuit and something to change into at the end of the day for dinner. For these 2 days, I have 2 swimsuits. I recommend bringing 2 swimsuits because if you're like us and you have a Perfect Day at CocoCay back-to-back situation, and especially if you're in an interior room, your swimsuit may not dry by day 2, so it's really handy having 2 sets of swimsuits.
Yeah, an interior or an ocean view, because if you're in a balcony or a suite with a balcony, you can put it out there, let it air out, and it'll dry quicker. If
you don't care about getting into a wet swimsuit, then by all means take one of these out and you're traveling even lighter than us. On the topic of swimsuits, I also very much recommend these kinds of swimsuits that I wear. I think a lot of people call these rash guards where, you know, it's swimmable but your arms are covered because that Caribbean sun can be harsh on your shoulders. And even if you do like wearing traditional swimsuits, I kind of recommend bringing one of these anyways because if you get kind of torched on day 1, you still want to be in the water on day 2. So having that kind of backup, unless you're really keeping up with your sunscreen, which a lot of people don't, but if you do, don't worry about it. But otherwise, I recommend bringing a swim shirt of some kind. And
along those same veins, like you're a big fan of the tank tops and razorbacks and stuff like that, but you might want to have t-shirts or something similar on hand in case you do get a little bit toasted there.
So I have my 2 swimsuits, and then I said I want something for the evening that I can wear at dinner. Now, for us, that's usually going to be casual. So I have a couple of casual shirts, and I have a pants option and a short option that I can wear on either of those days. I might wear pants on both days. I might wear shorts on both days. I don't know. I'll have to see how I'm feeling. But the point being, I don't need 2 pairs of shorts for both days. I don't need 2 pairs of pants for both days. I can interchange them and double up if I need to. This is boarding day, perfect day at CocoCay 1, perfect day at CocoCay 2. Now let's move over to, these are the other ports of call that we're going to be going to. We're going to be going to Grand Bahama Island, and we're also going to be going to Cozumel, Mexico. Most likely, me and Matt are going to be in the water on those days, either at a beach or something like that. So most likely, I'm going to be wearing these same 2 swimsuits again the majority of the day. And just like that, I have something I can change out to in the evening. I have another 2 shirts and a pair of long pants and a pair of shorts. Once again, I can wear one on one day, one on the other, or I can wear pants on both days or shorts on both days. The main point is, don't be afraid to wear the same thing twice, because you are not going to get that dirty, especially in the evening for dinner when you're actually on the ship and it's evening and you're not sweating anymore. Like, you can wear the same thing twice, like it'll be okay. These 2 days right here, this little section, these are days at sea. I have a pair of shorts and a tank top. I have a pair of shorts and a t-shirt that I can wear on deck. Of course, I have my swimsuits if I want to wear those and get in the pool or do the water slides or something like that. If I do feel like kind of dressing maybe a little more up for dinner that evening, definitely not like a dress or anything like that, but just a nicer shirt. I do have like kind of a collared shirt, like tropical option, if I feel like kind of getting a little bit more dressed up, in which case I'll just grab one of either these yellow long pants or these denim long pants to go with it. And once again, that's not really dressing up, that's just dressing up by our standards. Make sure you don't feel pressured about dressing up if you don't want to. We never do, and it's never a problem. There are a couple restaurants on Royal Caribbean's fleet, like 150 Central Park, on Oasis class ships, where you do have to dress up. There's a specific kind of dress code, but otherwise, you're fine wearing shorts, jeans, t-shirts, that kinds of things at dinner if you want to. Okay, so this is the type of dress I would personally take if I was dressing up for a formal night. For one, it doesn't wrinkle very easily. It's, you know, kind of that lace material. So I can fold this up and put it in the suitcase and it will be mostly okay. And also too, it doesn't have like a lot of tulle or fluff underneath it that's gonna make it like big and bulky to put in the suitcase. I could very easily fold this, roll it up, put it in the suitcase, and it would be all right. And also too, these are like the kinds of shoes I would wear with something like this. They're just like flats because they take up a lot less room than heels, and I don't wear heels anyways because that's just a nightmare walking. My point being is that this would completely suffice for formal night, but also packing friendly if you're looking for that kind of option. I would only bring this if I was going to a restaurant that required it, like 150 Central Park or something like that. My last item right here, this is what I'm going to be wearing on disembarkation day. So the day we get off the cruise. It's just a comfy t-shirt and yoga pants because I'm gonna be getting on a plane. I have my pajamas. I get cold really easily, so I bring sweatpants and a sweatshirt essentially as my pajamas. I do have an extra shirt and an extra pair of like athletic shorts just in case I'm, you know, in the mood or we play basketball or I just want to be more comfortable in that way. And then I just have this like little, it's just kind of like a light little hoodie I wear sometimes if like walking around the ship, if I'm like a little chilly and just feeling kind of loungy. This little corner, this is like my non-clothing gear. I have my shoes, my snorkel equipment, and my toiletry bag. As you can see, I don't take a lot of shoes. Honestly, I could get by just taking 1 pair of tennis shoes. I'm taking 2 just because I like both of these pairs of shoes and I want to take them, but I very easily could take a pair out and save space in my suitcase. I just know I can fit these in there, so I'm going to take them because I want to. And obviously I'm going to be wearing these to get on board and on the plane and everything, so these are not going to need to be packed. And I am taking water shoes because It's always good to do on a cruise or when you're going to unfamiliar beaches and stuff like that, because you never know how rocky or what the water is going to be like and the sand and everything. So that's just to keep your feet safe.
Even at a water park, hot sidewalks, things like that.
Exactly. And honestly, me personally, I don't bother with taking flip-flops. I just use these in replacement of flip-flops because they have more utility. I can swim in them, but I can also wear them around the beach or wear them around the pool deck if I want to, like flip-flops. Other than that, I have my fins, which these are very, as you can see, very small fins. We got those purposefully so they'd fit into the suitcase more easily, but they work really, really well. So I definitely recommend these fins, and they're actually on our Amazon store if you want to look at it, as well as our snorkel, which we also picked because it is able to break down and foldable, so you can kind of maneuver it in your suitcase a little bit more. Now, I did want to show you one item in my toiletry bag that is very important. It is this. It is called Downy Wrinkle Releaser. I would not travel ever without this. This stuff is great. So you're gonna see, I'm going to fold everything up the way I put it in my suitcase. It is not going to be very mindful of being wrinkled. I don't care if it gets wrinkled because I have this. So I can fold it up very tightly. And then when we get to our stateroom and I unpack, I can spray this on my clothes, tug it, and it takes all the wrinkles away. And it also smells really good too. So if you kind of need like a little spritz to refreshen your clothes, like if you're re-wearing it for a second day, this works really well for that too. So I definitely recommend bringing this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll everything up and fold everything up the way that it would be, putting it in my suitcase, and then I'm going to put it in my suitcase so you can see what the final product looks like.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now, it's your turn. Now it's time for packing, Matt edition.
Yeah, and it's basic. Give you a little spin around. Everything here is what I'm taking. This is all the clothes minus my boxers, of course. I don't need to see that, but they'll be there. Doing my socks here. I take one belt. One.
Not for fashion, for literally keeping your pants up.
Yes. And it's going to be worn with, this is my outfit for boarding day when we fly in a boarding day. I don't usually do outfits. I kind of just grab a shirt, grab shorts, and that's that. But for this, I like it. So I'm going to do that. And these are my shoes, and I take one pair of shoes. I wear the same shoes every single day. So
yep.
Here I have a polo shirt and like golf shorts. I'm probably not going to take those on this trip, but I did want to put them here because a lot of times I will take something to wear to dinner or whatever if I just feel like it, and that's what it would be. Unless, of course, we were dining somewhere like 150 Central Park or something that maybe had a bit more of a dress code, then regrettably, I would have to step that up a bit.
But by stepping that up, you would bring the exact same polo and just long like slacks.
Bathing suit, trunks, shirt. That's it. I have one. If I had another one, I would probably take two. I have my shorts. They are all athletic gym shorts. Yep. Every single pair. Basically, like I said, I don't really get into outfits, so I kind of just pick my favorite shirts for however many days we need. 7-day cruise, you'll see 7 shirts. So then I have kind of the same exact stuff that Chelsy did over here. So water shoes might be a different brand than Chelsy has, but you know, same kind of thing, just bigger. Believe it or not, these are the exact same fins that she showed you earlier, except mine are blue and hers are yellow. And these are, believe it or not, these are travel fins. These are short fins. I am just a size 14 shoe. as you can see there. So my small fins are still quite large.
But I mean, if they were regular fins, show how far out they would go. If they were regular...
It's not too far off, but maybe like here.
But that's a lot of room in a suitcase.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. And then we have the same exact mask and snorkel, so mine breaks down as well. It's just a different color. Yeah. Is all. But I really like this. Last thing I have here is just the toiletry bag. It's even more simple and standard.
I mean, this is obviously much more simpler than mine. You're much more straightforward. The reason why you're a bit more straightforward than me, your temperature doesn't fluctuate that much. You do not get cold.
Yeah, I really don't. Like I said, I always wear shorts. On a cruise, on a Caribbean cruise, I don't need to worry about that. When we went on Anthem and we left from New Jersey and we came down, I had a hoodie. You tend to run cold, I tend to run hot. Thus the differences in our apparel and attire. You're
not taking things like a jacket or long pants or anything like that. The only reason why you would take long pants for a Caribbean cruise would be if we were going to a formal type setting.
Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered another reason you might take long pants.
Oh, and you should bring them.
Time out. So, what on earth would cause me, Mr. Shorts? I'm Mr. Short Wearer. I'm Mr. Short. Why would I ever then bring pants? And the reason is, if you are on certain classes of ship, there will be ice skating available, and you do need to have long pants for that. So if you're planning on ice skating, I want to throw these in. Again, athletic pants.
Also, something to keep in mind is bringing tennis shoes as well. We always do. I think you should on any cruise, no matter what the activity is, because you will be doing a lot of walking just to keep yourself comfortable and from having any foot pain. But also, too, certain activities such as laser tag, things like that, you need to wear closed-toe shoes.
All of this goes, again, I have a carry-on size suitcase, very similar to Chelsea's. There it is. I'm gonna throw it all in here.
And packed.
Yes.
We're ready for the cruise.
We are ready. Well, we've been ready for the cruise, like mentally, now we're ready physically. One last thing I did want to point out, last kind of like helpful tip that I can give you is these right here, luggage tags, right? Buy these luggage tag holders. So it's just like a clear plastic, but this is really nice.
It's like a metal ring twist thing.
Yeah, like a braided metal wire that twists on.
It's a lot better than the typical like plastic like loop-de-doo things that you may see. That will not break.
Yeah, because those, the other ones snap. And so it's just great all around because it's nice. You put your luggage tag in there. It'll keep it from ripping. It will keep water out if it gets wet. If it starts raining, you don't have to worry about your tag getting ruined. Guess what? You can find these on our Amazon shop as well. Link will be in the description of the video. All right, guys, so there it is. Like we told you before, like we told you at the beginning, you know, maybe it's not gonna work for you if you're very formal, if you like to take lots of shoes, lots of makeup, lots of different outfits.
And that's totally okay if you do.
Oh, of course.
Do what, make your cruise the most comfortable for you and what's gonna make you happy, because that's why you go on a cruise, to be happy. This is just what we're comfortable with. We like traveling light and having less to keep track of and then not dealing with checked luggage and everything, so this is what works for us. But even if this particular method doesn't work for you, hopefully you got some cruising tips or just tips in general that can help you as you get ready for your cruise.
Yeah, the two biggest things, the luggage tag protector and the Downy wrinkle release spray.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Those two things will make life better, I promise.
Once again, we want to thank you for joining us today. We're going to sign off. Until next time, which is a big time.
Happy travels!